Hello everyone. Today's topic is 5 interview advice used by successful candidate at the top consulting firm. I interviewed a student of mine who received a job offer from a top consulting firm and summarized her tips for success. Here are 5 pieces of advice she told me about. 1. Choose 3 of your values and strengths each. 2. Dig deeper into yourself by preparing for various questions to be asked. 3. Think about how they relate to your reasons for applying for the job. 4. Be sure to be ready to provide solid backup for your statements and avoid being disproved by the interviewer. 5. Tailor your values and strengths to specific job you're interviewing for. If these values and strengths can be used for other occupations, state specifically why you did not choose these occupations. I'll show you a clip on an interview with Miss MD who got an offer from a consulting company. This is a must-see for anyone who wants to be a consultant, and of course anyone who is struggling with interviews. Thank you for coming today. I heard that you received a job offer from a company you like. Can you tell me your tips on how to be successful in an interview?
Sure. I kept 5 things in mind as interview strategies. The first was to prepare 3 of my values and strengths. Before the interview, I conducted a self-analysis so that I could talk about my values and strengths in my own words. In interviews, I was often asked to list a few of them, so I decided to prepare 3 of each. I also sorted out my ideas and selected values and strengths that correspond with each other. For example, the value of awareness of issues in societies and the organization was my strength of the ability to solve problems. The value of interest in the connection between the public and the business with my strength of the ability to see things from multiple perspectives. And my value of willingness to try cross-border teamwork with my strength of coordination between different stakeholders. Secondly, dig deeper with various questions in mind. To tell a convincing story about my values and strengths, I structured the story and dig deeper, imagining my answers to the basic questions that would definitely be asked. By understanding which was being asked, my values and strengths, in the interview and entry sheet, I was able to give critical answers. For example, when I was asked about the reason for applying and why was I interested in the company, I focused on my values and listed my strengths to supplement my values. For the question on what I did well in school and how I overcame difficulties, this time, I mainly discussed my strengths and gave my values as a supplementary evidence. For the question regarding my strengths and selling points, I only mentioned my strength. Thirdly, think about how they relate to your reasons for applying for the job. Next, I made sure that my values and strengths are related to the industry and the company I wanted to work for. I dig deep into my values and strengths so I could say that the company and I match based on my values, and also how useful my strength can be to the company. You could imagine it this way. Vaguely thinking, I'd like to work as a consultant. Then, ask yourself why you think you're a good fit for a consulting firm. Find similarities between your values, strengths, and the qualities needed for consulting. Then, make yourself ready to say, the reason I applied for your company is because of my blank is suited perfectly to become a consultant. The blank is your strength. Fourthly, be sure to be ready to provide solid backup for your statement and avoid being disproved by the interviewer. When I got to the interview, I made sure that I was going to say what would make the other person feel fully satisfied throughout the entire interview. I narrowed down what I was going to say and focused on making the interviewer think that this student is indeed blank. Here are some bad examples. You say that you can get along with everyone, but you're extremely nervous in the interview. Or, you say that you're good at establishing trust with people, and yet you're late for the interview. Whereas good examples are, you say that you're interested in the infrastructure, and you talk about your awareness of the issue regarding the infrastructure in both your country and your home country. I also found that it's very useful to have a career advisor or a friend to check my answers and evaluate from the interviewer's point of view. Lastly, do not leave yourself for any option for other occupations when your values and strengths are combined. When talking about the reasons for applying to a company, interviewers frequently ask, why not in another industry or another company? I dug deeper into the values and strengths so I could talk about why I didn't choose them and why it has to be this company. For example, it's true that there are other professions that fit the 3 values I mentioned, such as a journalist, but I'm strongly attracted to a consulting job where I can challenge myself to work overseas at an early age, preferably in my 20s.
Thank you for your valuable tips. I think this is very useful information for anyone who's struggling with interviews. Now, let me summarize the content from today. 1. First, look back on your own past experiences and clearly articulate your values and strengths. 2. Anticipate basic questions such as what you put the most effort into and experiences in which you overcame difficulties, and think about how to tell a story about your values and strengths. 3. Make sure that your values and strengths are related to your industry and company. 4. Visualize yourself in an interview, making sure that you can prove your statement. Ask yourself if there are any possibility that interviewers could disprove your statements. 5. Be sure to talk about the reason why you want to work for the company based on your own values. Keep these 5 points in mind as you prepare for the interview.
Just like in this video, we will continue to deliver information that will help you with your job hunt in Japan. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!